Good evening. Bob Cabral is a winemaker's winemaker. Among his colleagues, he's viewed not only with affection, but with a certain awe. After all, whoever is director of winemaking at Selyem occupies one of the most prestigious winemaking positions in the world. Yes, feel free to clap. Yet it's not only Bob's lofty title that elevates him in the world of wine, nor is it merely his mastery of the art, science, and business of winemaking. It's the passion this native Californian projects in everything that has to do with wine. And when the grape variety in question is Pinot Noir, Bob's passion hits high gear, as the video you're about to view demonstrates.
I've always thought of Pinot as kind of the holy grail. It truly showed the expression of its site, where it was grown, what Mother Nature did to play her part during that growing season. The Pinot Noirs grown here are going to be different than Burgundy. But the common denominator with the grape is that it can still touch your soul. And that is, to me, what it is all about. My grandfather and my father grew grapes. So my dad always had something for me to do, whether it be hoeing weeds or mucking out pins. There's always work to be done on a farm. And I remember being at a career day at my local high school, and I came across this career of enology. And so I asked the woman that was doing the orientation for us, so do you think they get weekends off? And she said, probably. And I said, that's the occupation for me.
I hired Bob many years ago when I worked at Deloach Vineyards. Bob has this great attitude, and a can-do attitude, a positive energy. And he had the best part about Bob, I guess, is his heart and his soul, wanting to do the right thing and make the best wine.
The one thing that I would thank Randy for is he made me do it right all the time. He set a standard, and there was no way he was ever gonna lower that bar. And he taught me that you don't need to lower that bar. You need to make everybody come up to that bar.
You know, I never thought he would continue to making wines in dairy tanks, but he still does. And the wines are, you know, just as great as they always were.
A lot of times people in wine will be drinking wine for a long time, and then they'll have a bottle of wine that just blows them away, and it's their epiphany wine. And for me, it was the 91 Allen Vineyard Pinot Noir. I had this taste of wine, and I smelled it, and I went, wow, I am into this, and I'm gonna search for that from now on. Bob's done a really good job over the years, really aligning himself with that style. And also, I think what makes him a very good winemaker is the fact that he loves it, and he's really into wine.
I think you always want the next generation to do a little bit better. I've got a team in here right now that I know in my heart can make better wines than I've ever made. And we have the resources to do it. But the key to it's going to be patience.
Well, he really likes to make wine, and sometimes at home when we have a wine cellar, and sometimes I help him out, get the bottles out, and then I hand them to him.
I'm a Bob groupie, yeah, because there's only so many guys. The thing about Bob, the great thing about Bob is that, you know, he could act like a rock star, and yet he chooses not to.
One day I asked him, well, if you weren't making wine, what would you like to do? And he told me he'd be a bull rider, a rodeo bull rider.
It's an extremely wonderful honor. I never got into this business to win Winemaker of the Year. It was something that I knew I had a lot of passion for. I have a phenomenal occupation where I'm able to actually connect with my fellow human beings through this product that I make and that I grow out in different soil types and different areas. It's been extraordinary, and it's been a good ride.
Please join me in welcoming our Wine Star Winemaker of the Year, Bob Cabral.
Wow, I think that's the quietest it's been all evening. I'm pretty lucky here. Well, you know, this is a little bit overwhelming for me. First of all, I'd like to thank Adam Strum and the Wine Enthusiast, as well as Steve Heimoff, who I know in the past has nominated me for this award over the last couple of years, and I'd really just like to say thank you very much. You know, I'd also like to thank my friends, my family, and my colleagues that have all come here to celebrate on this spectacular occasion. Thank you, everyone. You know, I've been blessed during these past 31 vintages to have apprenticed for some spectacular winemakers like Paul Hobbs, Mary Edwards, Dan Goldfield, and John Hawley. But the two most influential winemakers in my career were definitely Bert Williams and Randy Ullum. You know, Bert brought together the perspective that I needed to comprehend the countless possibilities of growing and crafting world-class Pinot Noir from the Russian River Valley. Bert did this through his wines year after year, inspiring me to understand what made those vineyards so unique, and then to seek that excellence in crafting wines from those fruit. Randy, on the other hand, taught me how to synchronize my mind, my palate, and my hands. And he helped me put it all together and make it happen in the cellar. Unfortunately for Randy, I was a bit of a slow learner, so I had to work with him for a few years. So I know this was no easy task. But Randy persisted with patience. He guided me through the next 7 vintages at Deloach Vineyards. The one thing about Randy is it never felt like I was working for him, but I was working with him. And over those vintages, we made some pretty darn good wines. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for your guidance, Randy. My journey then began at Selyem, so I'd like to now thank my partners, John and Kathy Dyson. It's been an amazing 14 years coming up on vintage number 15, and I could have never achieved this award without your support, your encouragement, and your leadership. I have to thank you for allowing me to pursue my passions. Our other partners, Clay, Alan, David, thank you for trusting me, and thank you for believing in me. Other partners in the winery, as well as colleagues, Eric, Mark, for your endless hours and dedication, perspective, and patience. Sometimes I can't believe that you still put up with me. Thank you. The winemaking staff at Selyem. I got to bring the whole staff out here for this special occasion. Jeff, Phil, Trevor, and Patrick. You guys make it happen every day. Thank you. I would now also like to thank my parents for providing me with opportunity throughout my life, and importantly, for teaching me how to embrace those opportunities instead of watching those opportunities pass me by. To my dad, who was a great man, who made sure I knew how to give an honest day's work and live life to the fullest, teaching me every day that it's a gift and not a given. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my wife, Heather, and my daughter, Paige. The two of them who have always given me their unconditional love and encouragement, and for never making me choose between them and winemaking. The thing I want them to know, though, is that it's not even a choice. Winemaking may be my passion, but the two of you definitely complete me. So in concluding, I would like to dedicate this award actually to my wife, Heather, for all your support and all of your love. Thank you very much.